from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, February 18th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. Hazleton Police and Special Operations Units conducted two separate drug busts today in the city of Hazleton. The latest drug bust took place around 4:30 this afternoon at the Mount Laurel Motel. WYLN spoke with Chief of Police Frank D'Andrea at the scene.
This afternoon, the Hazleton City Police Special Operations Group in coordination with the Hazleton Police Department Narcotics Division executed a search warrant in one of the rooms at the Mount Laurel Motel. This is stemming from an investigation, a joint investigation that we've been conducting with the Attorney General's Drug Task Force. This is out of Region 8, which is our area. The culmination is, as you can see in the picture, multiple bricks of heroin, a large amount of cash, some weapons, and this again is another joint investigation, but the Narcotics Division and the Police Department is going, as you're aware of, non-stop.
Around 9:30 this morning, Hazleton Police conducted a drug raid at 436 East Chestnut Street in Hazleton. Two men were taken out in handcuffs to be questioned by police. Police cleared the house of the women and children who were not part of the investigation. Police also took two dogs out of the home so they would not be left alone.
We've taken several drug dealers off the street, made several big seizures. This one particular is heroin. This morning's was from 436 Chestnut Street is a large amount of marijuana, cash, and another weapon.
Chief D'Andrea says he hopes the community stays vigilant and continues to look out for their community.
The most important thing for the community to understand is that we're out there every day. We are doing everything we possibly can. And it's because people are willing to call in, giving us tips. They're reaching out to us, giving us good, credible information, and we're able to act on it. And we will not stop.
Still no word from police at this time, the names of those arrested or the charges that they will be facing, if any. The Plaza Diner, located in the Terrence Plaza in the Heights section of Hazleton, has been closed for the past couple of weeks. WYLN did reach out to the management of Terrence Plaza, who said they are unsure, why they are unsure why the Plaza Diner is closed or if it will remain closed for good. WYLN is looking into this story and will hopefully have more details for you in the upcoming days. Turkey Hill on Cary Avenue in Wilkes-Barre was robbed early Wednesday morning by a male suspect brandishing a box cutter. According to Wilkes-Barre police, the armed robbery took place just before 3:30 Wednesday morning. The male suspect brandished the box cutter and demanded money from the cash register. After obtaining the money, the suspect fled the Turkey Hill on foot. The suspect is described as a white male, approximately 6 feet tall, wearing a white t-shirt, black hooded sweatshirt, black gloves, and black shoes. He also used a white bandana to cover his face. Anyone with information is asked to call police in Wilkes-Barre at 570-826-8106. A former state treasurer has pled guilty to 2 federal counts of attempted extortion. Rob McCord resigned from his position last month and announced that he was going to plead guilty to extortion charges tied to fundraising during his gubernatorial campaign. McCord tried to intimidate a Philadelphia law firm and property management company into contributing to his campaign. He threatened to use his position to jeopardize their businesses. A pre-sentencing conference is scheduled for June 29th. U.S. Middle District Judge John Jones may sentence McCord to a federal prison term. The maximum penalty for each count is 20 years. Governor Tom Wolf still has to nominate a successor to fill the remaining 2 years of McCord's term. Former Congressman Tim Holden from Schuylkill County has been named by the Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf chairman of the PA Liquor Control Board. Since 2013, Holden has been a member of the PLCB, being nominated to the board in June of 2013 by former Governor Tom Corbett. Holden is one of 3 members of the PLCB and says it was an honor to be chosen. Holden says the board will continue to work hard and will help to make things as convenient as possible for Pennsylvanians. With the freezing cold temperatures, the Freeland Municipal Water Authority is asking residents to be vigilant. Residents are asked to run their water in one faucet during these extreme cold weather conditions. Those who have experienced frozen pipes in the past are especially urged to do so. If you have any questions, you are asked to contact the Freeland Municipal Water Authority by dialing 570-636-1733. Time now for a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik, who's in the Weather Center with the latest on our forecast. Joe?
Thank you very much, Ann. Well, it was fairly quiet across the Northeast today, but that's not going to last that much longer. Here's a look at the radar, and you can see for yourself across northeastern PA, really not a whole lot going on. There's been a couple of flurries, a couple of stray snow showers, but look out toward the west. Look at these deep shades of blue. This is an indication of a front that's going to come through, and this is some heavier snow bands coming through. We're looking at some snow squalls, maybe 1 inch, 2 inches in a matter of 15 or 20 minutes. That's going to slide toward the east, and that should get into our neck of the woods, say between 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock tonight. So if you're traveling, you definitely want to be careful out there, because we will be encountering some of those snow showers and squalls, and they very quickly will make the roads very slippery. Now, what can we expect with the complete 7-day forecast? I'll have all the answers for you coming up a little bit later on. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, today is the official start of the Lenten season, and WYLN stopped by a local church in McAdoo where services were underway. Plus details on where you can purchase your Lenten meals. Stay tuned.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area.
We're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here
or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.
And there's no application fee when you visit here.
Penn State Hazleton.
Download your application fee waiver at psu.edu/visit-hazleton.
Think you have what it takes to be WYLN's next cooking show personality? Send us your name, contact information, a picture, and in 50 words or less, tell us why you should be Granny in our new Granny's Kitchen Show. Our new Granny's Kitchen Show host will have the opportunity to prepare heritage recipes and share cooking, crafting, and other helpful tips from years gone by. Email ltolan@wyllntv.com or mail WYLN 35, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, Pennsylvania 18201. Do you have what it takes? Send in your application today.
Lent marks one of the holiest times on the liturgical calendar. Many Christians received ashes today. We stopped by a church in McAdoo and spoke with a local pastor about the Lenten season. WYLN's Julie Stefanovic has more.
Christians across the globe started this year's Lenten season by participating in Ash Wednesday services. It is one of the most important seasons of the church year. It is a time of repentance, reflection, and spiritual renewal. Churchgoers in McAdoo congregated at All Saints Parish to receive their ashes. We spoke with Monsignor William Baker, who gave us a perspective on this holy time.
It's, as you said, the beginning of the Lenten season, beginning of the time of penance, turning back to the Lord, turning away from our sins, preparing ourselves to celebrate Holy Week and ultimately His resurrection, deepening our Christian life.
The Lenten season lasts for 40 days leading up to the resurrection at Easter. During this time, many ceremonies are performed, including the burning of the palms.
Ashes are made from palms that have been blessed at Palm Sunday. So at the beginning of Mass, I symbolically burnt a few palms reminding us that we have to ask the fire of the Lord's grace to burn up the sins and the selfishness that are within our hearts. The ashes on the outside should be a sign of something burnt on the inside, opening ourselves to the Lord's grace to burn up our sins and faults.
Monsignor Baker explains why the church statues are covered during Lent.
The custom we have here in the parish, statues throughout the church can be covered towards the end of Lent. They cover them. They've had the custom of covering them here for the entire period of Lent. The two are uncovered, though: the cross and the Pietà, Jesus' dead body on the lap of his Blessed Mother, to kind of focus our attention on those essential points on the passion and the death of Christ through this time of Lent.
Other Lenten traditions include giving up a special item or habit, fasting, and attending the Stations of the Cross. These practices have evolved throughout the centuries, but the meaning of Lent, which is repentance and renewal, remains timeless. In McAdoo for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Parishioners at St. Michael's Byzantine Catholic Church in McAdoo were working hard preparing food for the Lenten holiday. The holiday began Monday for parishioners at St. Michael's. We today spoke with Patricia Bogash, a volunteer and chairperson of the St. Michael's Guild.
We're having a food sale for Lent, and it's for for all of our parishioners, for for anybody that would like to partake of our good homemade pierogies and halushki, and we have different kinds of soup and tuna fish sandwiches, lots of good baked goods.
The St. Michael's Church is planning on having more food sales throughout the holiday leading up to Easter on April 5th. It is also a day of fast for St. Mary's Ukrainian Catholic Church. Parishioners were at the church this afternoon selling Lenten meals. WYLN spoke with parishioner Ed Surkot.
In the Eastern Rite, Lent starts on the Sunday before the Latin Ash Wednesday. There's a service, a Vesper service called Forgiveness Vespers, where all the parishioners get together and they try and make amends for any wrongs that have done over the year. And then at 4 o'clock officially on Sunday, Lent starts.
Once again, the Easter holiday this year is on April 5th. WYLN has a pair of tickets to give away to one lucky viewer tonight to the Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling Show this Saturday, February 21st at Holy Family Academy on North Laurel Street in Hazleton. Bell time is at 7 p.m. Tickets are just $10 in advance and $15 at the door. PPW will also be taping for its show here on WYLN High Voltage. For your chance to win, dial now 570-459-1869, extension 1172. Leave your name and number, and we'll put your name in the drawing. So if you want these tickets, dial now, and of course, good luck. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacic is back with details on our upcoming very cold forecast. That and much more. Stay tuned.
At Cuck's Turkey Farm, we are family-owned and operated for over 45 years, and we consistently strive to produce premium poultry. We offer the finest all-natural country poultry, antibiotic-free, all-vegetarian fed with superior white meat yield and exceptional flavor. So we invite you to experience the unique natural taste of our poultry for your enjoyment and your health. Give us a call or stop in today.
Well, I'll never forget it. 1 minute, we were talking about going to the movies, and the next, Maggie could barely speak. It was a stroke. I thought I was going to lose her. But I never saw doctors work so fast. Anyway, she's coming home tomorrow. I just hope she doesn't yell at me for killing all the plants.
Well, we got some big changes to talk about in our weather forecast. Those changes will be occurring as we head into this evening and as we head through the overnight hours. But right now, it is kind of quiet. It is actually nice. The winds are relatively light. Not going to last much longer. Here's a look at those temperatures. You can clearly see where this front is located, right out in central Pennsylvania. That's where that cold front is, and that's where those heavier bursts of snow are occurring. Some of those snow squalls that are out there, they will continue to move toward the east, and with that front, notice ahead of the front, we're looking at temperatures for the most part in the 20s, some areas near 30 degrees, but looking out toward the west, temperatures have already dropped into the single digits, actually make it into the teens, and that colder weather that you see out toward the west is going to start to make its way toward the east. Our lively high tower conditions outside our station in Hazleton, we're sitting in at 18 degrees, and it's even going to get colder as we head through this evening. Look at this line. This is a big squall line of snow. Some heavier bursts, 1-2 inches in 15-20 minutes or so, really causing havoc out there on the interstates, especially out in central PA. This line, it may break up a little bit, but it's making its way toward the east. So between 7 and 9, 7 and 10 this evening, that's making its way from west toward the east. Those conditions are going to very quickly deteriorate on the highways, and it's going to cause some problems out there for traveling. So be careful. If you have to travel this evening, hopefully you don't have to go very far, because very quickly you get those snow squalls come through. You get those bursts of snow coming down very quick. Visibility is near zero, and of course you know what that can happen. Not the most pleasant of conditions to be driving in. 30 and 4 to split in temperatures for today. How about 1979 getting down to minus 16 degrees? So here's what we can expect the next few hours. You should be good between now and say about 7 or so this evening. But then once you start approaching 8, 9 o'clock or so, that's when those snow squalls will come through. A few leftover snow showers after that by about 11. Notice how those temperatures will drop. We'll be down to about 10 degrees as we head toward the 11 o'clock hour. Skycast precipitation and clouds. The front comes through. Those squalls and snow showers come through with it. And then we start to dry out. But tell you what, it is just going to be downright cold. In fact, take a look. When you combine temperatures with winds, here's what it's going to feel like. Tonight, we're going to be looking at times feeling like it's minus 5 or so degrees. Heading into tomorrow, all that cold air comes in. And look at how cold it's going to be. Minus 15, minus 20, maybe minus 25 degrees below zero as we head into our early Friday morning. Yeah, not the most pleasant of weather as we have to deal with those cold temperatures. And again, as we go into our Thursday, it's going to be feeling like temperatures minus 10, minus 15, minus 20 below. And even the cold weather extends way down deep into the south, including Orlando. Tell you what, we just can't see any type of warm-up anytime soon. Here's a look at the extended forecast, and it's looking like this. How about 4 for tomorrow, minus 5 for tomorrow night, 8 for Friday, Saturday 22. Yeah, we may have to deal with some rain or a mix as we head into our Sunday, and just as quick as it warms up, it gets colder across our area with temperatures generally only in the teens heading into next week. Our daytime lottery numbers, the pick 2, 48, the pick 3, 853, and the pick 4, 1842. We'll be back after the break.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Things move a little slower here in DSLville.
Slow pitch softball is big here. Really big.
There's not a fast food restaurant in town. Zero.
Get the most out of the internet. Get Service Electric high-speed internet. Call Service Electric today to sign up.
Ho, 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 ho. Slow down. Tourists.
Today, Luzerne County Manager Robert Lawton was the guest speaker at the Hazleton Rotary Club. WYLN's Gary Perna has more with the manager on the state of the county.
What is the state of the county? Today, County Manager Robert Lawton spoke at the Hazleton Rotary Club luncheon in Hazel Township. Lawton spoke to the club about what is going on in the county, a county that has no money.
In this State of the County report, we discussed what the different agencies are doing, what their accomplishments were in 2014, and our plans for the future in 2015. We have a pretty ambitious agenda next year. We have a to-do list of over 148 items that I'm working on a regular basis with all the division heads. Serious accomplishments that reflect the county's mission, vision, and priorities. We are taming the budget beast. I expect that 2014 is going to come in a positive mode as opposed to deficits from prior years. And the 2015 budget was hard fought but fully discussed, and I have every expectation that that's going to come in on target as well.
Lawton said that the county's audit will be done in June.
Our audits will be done by June 30th, and the next year's budget will be presented on October 15th.
The manager said they are currently upgrading the computer system along with the phone system, and they are putting all the county business online. That way you can access it any time of the day. Lawton said transparency is always a big priority for him and his office.
The firm Public Financial Management has prepared 5-year financial plans for the county in previous years. Their cycle is up now. They've been working with county employees, county officials. They've opened the process up to members of the public. I expect at the beginning of March we're going to have both their 5-year financial projections for the county, which will be critical for us to make our revenue assumptions, and they're also going to have strong recommendations for changes to how we do business, and probably many of which were things that we could not do under the prior system of government that are only possible under home rule.
At the end of the month, Lawton will be celebrating his 3rd anniversary as county manager.
The end of February will mark my 3rd anniversary as county manager. It has been a wonderful experience. I've had the opportunity to work with outstanding council members, and folks in the community are not shy about coming up to me, talking about county issues, and I really appreciate that. It's good to know that they believe I'm accessible, because that's how I try and be. I meet county employees, as many as I can, on their anniversary to remind them that we know about the work they do and that we value it.
Lawton said there has been a lot done in the last few years to move Luzerne County forward. In Hazel Township, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports. Stay tuned. More news is headed your way here on WYLN.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Get your green on and join us for the Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 15th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. live on WYLN TV 35. Thousands of spectators, vintage vehicles, local talent, floats, marching bands, and more. The Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 15th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
District playoff basketball tipped off yesterday and continues tonight. Both GAR teams were in action Tuesday, with the boys seeking to repeat their run to last year's state tournament. They start their quest against Wyoming area. The opening tip never in question as it pits 6'8" versus 5'7". The game never in question as well. Najibu Francis with the easy layup and GAR with the easy 59-31 victory. The Lady Grenadiers going up against Carbondale in the first round for the second year in a row, hoping for the same result. Bree Seabrook with the finish, and then Gigi Neely on the break in for two, and GAR wins 61-55. Time for our weekly girls basketball power rankings. After losing in the Schuylkill League Finals, Minersville falls out of the rankings. Number 5 is Nanacoke. They have won 12 straight to take the Division II crown. The Trojanettes, the 2 seed in the AAA playoffs, despite playing with only one senior. Number 4, Pittston picked up a quarterfinal win on Tuesday and eyes a third meeting against Hazleton after losing to the Cougars by 22 on their home floor 2 weeks ago. North Schuylkill, number 3, and Schuylkill League champions for the first time since 2007 after impressive victories over Marion and defending champ Minersville. The Lady Spartans up to number 7 in the statewide AA rankings. Hazleton are number 2 and Wyoming Valley Conference Division I champions for the first time since 2009. The Lady Cougars, Mackenzie Uri, was selected as the Division I MVP. The outstanding junior and her team play Wyoming Valley West in the Quad A semifinals on Friday. And perennial number 1, Holy Redeemer, received a bye in their bracket. The Lady Royals competing in AA this season and face Lakeland on Friday. Transitioning to tonight's games, starting with the girls in AAA. Berwick gave Hazleton a scare last week and defeated Pittston in early February. And tonight, the Lady Bulldogs look to extend their season against Hanover. In the lower section of the bracket, Crestwood hosting Lake Lehman in the 7-10 matchup. The Lady Comets have won 8 of their last 12 behind the 6th leading scorer in the state, Maddie Ritzik. Another D1 versus D2 matchup with Coughlin at Nanacoke. Also in the single A girls bracket, MMI Prep facing Lackawanna Trail. Boys games. In the Quad A sub-regional, Hazleton with a neutral matchup against Wallenpaupack at Crestwood High School. The Cougars looking to repeat as the district champs. And for the AA boys, Wyoming Valley Conference opponents Wyoming Seminary and Myers will square off with Holy Redeemer, Hanover, and Northwest also in action tonight. Tonight on Late Edition Sports, we'll have highlights from a full slate of district playoff basketball. But next, Joe Garbacik will have a look at your upcoming forecast.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
The Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 37th annual telethon, Give Hope, Celebrate Life. The American Cancer Society's annual telethon will be held Saturday, February 28th at the Laurel Mall in Hazleton and broadcast live on WILN TV 35 from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Join us for a day filled with great entertainment. Help us celebrate the telethon's 37th year as we raise money for a cure. The American Cancer Society's telethon is made possible by these businesses.
And welcome back. Well, we have some of those dangerous snow squalls that are now approaching Lycoming County, and they're moving east about 20 miles per hour, and you're putting down about a good inch or two in 15, 20 minutes or so. And again, that's making its way toward the east, and they're going to start to arrive in our area, especially northeastern PA, say after 7, maybe 8, 9-ish or so. So you're going to have to be careful if you're traveling out there. Ahead of the frontal boundary, look at these temperatures in the 20s. Behind it, boy, they drop like a rock. They're in the teens. And speaking of teens, we're going to drop like a rock. The snow will come in, some snow showers and squalls by about 9 o'clock, and then some snow showers by the 11 o'clock hour, and then temperatures will continue to fall. The winds are going to kick up, and it's even going to get colder as we go into our Thursday morning. We're looking at wind, actually, as we go into our Thursday morning, it's going to be cold, but even colder as we start going into our Friday morning. We're looking at wind chills as low as -10, 15, -20, -25 below zero. So again, definitely probably tomorrow morning, Friday morning. It's going to be another 2 days where some schools are going to be delayed because of those intense cold temperatures. And here's something we haven't seen for Sunday. At this point in time, about 35, maybe a chance of some rain, but of course we know that can change and it may end up being snow the way this winter's been.
Okay, so we're going to discuss your vocabulary because we're cutting snow, cold, extreme, sleet, ice. If anybody else can think of anything else, let us know because we're going to cut it out of your vocabulary because I think we are completely done hearing about ice, cold, freezing, extreme cold temperatures.
And what happens in the summer? We get tired of the heat and humidity.
Well, I don't think a lot of people do at this point. Have a good night, everyone.